There is a strange idea that we have been given, almost like our mother's milk, that we are, that we are wrong at our core. You feel like you have to scratch something, don't you? A nagging feeling that you are not quite it, that you are a problem that needs to be solved, a project that never gets done and may have been deeply flawed from the start. We are born into a society and a game, and one of the first things we learn is that the you are now is not the you should be, and this is how we meet this ghost. This character is very complicated and hard to play. The person you should be, this person you should be, is a wonderful person. He is always nice, he is never mad, he is kind, giving, and of course, very honest. He is always in charge, he is patient, he gets a lot done, he never wastes time. His whole life is a shining example of how to be a good person in society. And you're not him. The problem starts when you are told you have to be this person, not because you aren't this person. This is the most beautiful, evil, and perfect trap ever made. It is the big double bind in our lives. You have to be a good person is the main rule of the game. But there is a secret rule. The secret rule is you must not try to be a good person. You see, the moment you try to be good, you have a reason for doing it. You want to be that person you should be, which is selfish in the most basic way. It is a self-centered thing. You are trying to be good for your own sake. And that, my dear, is the one thing that makes a person truly virtuous. It never is. The game is fixed. The more you try to be honest, the more like a fraud you feel, because you are. The more you try to be humble, the more you are secretly patting yourself on the back for being so good at it, which is the definition of pride. The more you try to be natural or spontaneous, the more affected and you become fake. Be spontaneous, but now you have to love us, and we will look to find out if your love is real. And so you are caught. If you don't do anything, you're a bad person, lazy, selfish, and not good enough. But if you do something and try to be good, you are also a bad person, a hypocrite, a selfish person, or a liar. This is what makes you itch. This is what makes people feel like they aren't good enough. If you do, you're damned. If you don't, you're damned. And this is a great place for all the saviors, gurus, politicians, and systems that promise to make you better. They all come up to you and say, "We see you're in trouble. We see you're not good enough. Don't worry, we have the answer. We have the system. We have the method. Follow our 10-step plan. Join our ideology. Meditate in this exact way. And you will finally become the person you should be." But take a closer look. What are they really trying to sell you? They are giving you a new, more complicated set of rules for the same game that is already rigged. They are just strengthening the first point, which means that you are broken. The fix is the snare, the crazy energy of our culture, the never-ending quest for wellness, the optimization, the life hacks, and the self-improvement. What is all this but the frantic scratching of this itch? We're trying to figure out how to become this ghost. We are trying to fix the I. But have you ever really thought about this I that you're trying to fix? Have you ever tried to catch it? It's like trying to bite your own teeth. It's like trying to make your left hand take hold of your left hand. The very act of trying to get rid of the I is the I. The desire to go beyond your ego is your ego playing its most subtle, its most spiritual game. The ego says, "I am going to be the one who is not an ego. I am going to be the humblest man in the world. I am going to be the most enlightened." And the world, the universe just laughs. It is a deep, cosmic laugh of love. But it's funny, because you see, you've been tricked. A social agreement has put you in a trance. This I that feels so not enough, so different, so badly in need of repair, is an idea. It's a habit of the brain. It's a social norm. It is a part you are playing. You got the mask wrong for the face. And now you're really trying to make the mask better, hoping that it will suddenly become, if you just polish it enough, true. This is the big worry, the thought that I'm not doing a good job of being me. So what happens next? You try the fix and go on the spiritual quest. You try to be modest. You try to put others first. And you lose. Of course you fail. You fail beautifully. You fail because the you that is trying is the very thing you are trying to run from. And then, a new layer of the trap shows up. A truly amazing, complicated, and silly turn of events. You feel not enough about how you can't fix what's wrong with you. You feel bad about how guilty you feel. You say, I shouldn't feel guilty. A good person, a spiritual person wouldn't feel this. This makes you feel even more guilty. You are worried about how anxious you are. You think, I must be doing something wrong. I'm still anxious. The person I should be is calm. My anxiety is proof that I am a failure. And then you worried about the fact that you are anxious. This is the double bind that turns in on itself, making a spiral of judging oneself that is, to be honest, tiring. This is what makes you feel broken. Please, take a close look at this. The sensation of being broken is not an observation. It is not a fact about the universe like rocks are hard or water is wet. It is a judgment. It is the I, the ego, the you that you think you are, making a decision, looking at the reality of what is, to the ghost of the person you should be. You are not broken. You are just fighting with yourself. You are a civil war with the I, the ego, the controller, trying to force the rest of you, the whole huge, uncontrolled, spontaneous organism, to go along with an idea. It's like a general, standing in his tent, making the best plans for battle. He has graphs, he has charts, he has a plan. He has made up his mind that this day the sun has to shine, and that day the river must be low, and then on the third day the wind has to come from the north, and he goes outside and it's raining. The river is very high, the wind is stubbornly coming from the south, and this marshal, this I, pounds his fists on the table and yells, "This is unacceptable. This is a failure. I am not good enough." But the rain isn't a failure. The river is not a failure. The wind isn't a failure. They are just what is. The failure is completely 100% a result of the marshal's plan. The person you should be is your plan, and life is the weather. We all want to find the real you, don't we? We read books and go to therapy, find your true self, as if the real you is some thing, an object that is still and perfect, a diamond that is hidden under all the mud of your fears, your lack of self-worth, your social conditioning, and your bad thoughts. And the search, the fix, is to dig, to get rid of the bad things, to break up the mud, to blow up the rock until you come across this clean, me for real. But what if the diamond isn't the real you? What if the real you is the whole thing? What if the real you is the diamond? And what about the mud? What if the real you has the feeling of not being good enough? What if it has the worry? What if it has the person who is trying to be who you should be? People have told us this story that we are a ghost in a machine, that this is me, soul, this driver, and my body, how I feel, what I'm thinking, are this thing, this car that I should be in charge of. And since it's not acting, because the car is slipping or sputtering or not following orders, I think not good enough as a driver. But what if you're not the ghost that lives in the machine? What if you are the machine? What if you are the whole? What is caboodle? What if you, not the driver, but what about the driving? What if you are the slipping? What if you are the sputtering? What if, like an onion, you take off all the layers of the persona? You take off the good person. You take off the bad guy. You take off the father, the worker, the kid. You take off the one who is trying. You take off the one who is failing. You keep taking off, searching for the core, the middle, the real onion, and you make it to the center, and you see nothing. No thing at all. No kernel, no seed, no captain in charge. There is no boss at work, no apart. What you see is just life. What you come across is a process, a happening, a going. You discover just peeling. You find the whole onion. This is scary to the self, because the ego's job is to be the boss. The ego's identity is based on the idea that it is the driver, the fixer, and the controller. To understand that you are not behind the wheel of the car, but you are the car, the road, the driver, and the scenery, all at once. That's the end of the game, isn't it? And this is why we hold on to our flaws. This is the big, deep secret. We love our problem. We love our not enough. Because we like the game, I am broken and I must fix myself better, to the truth of I don't have control. The feeling of not being good enough is the last line of defense for the ego. As long as I am not good enough, I am. As long as I am a problem, I be a separate thing. As long as I am a sinner, I can look ahead to being a saint. And I like being a bad person on the way to being a saint, to understanding that both are parts in a play. As soon as you see, the second you really see, that there is no problem to fix, that the fixer and the broken part are the same thing, the whole person, the whole I just melts, not in a scary way, but in that way. A single drop of rain breaks down into the sea. Was it ever apart from the sea? Or was it its separateness, just for a short time form, that the whole ocean was doing? So, as you can see, the you should be person is the most important character in your play. He is the bad guy who lets you to keep playing the hero. The name of the hero, me. So, where does this seeing, are you going to leave us? If the fix is the trap, and the fixer is the self, and the broken feeling is just a sign of the game, what should one do? And here is the last, most beautiful paradox. The answer is that you don't do anything. The question itself, what should I do, is the self, the marshal, the I, the hero, requesting a new plan. It wants another fix. Okay, it says, I see that plan A was wrong. That whole trying to be good thing was a mistake. I get it. Now, give me plan B. How do I not have an ego? How do I do non-doing? There is no plan B. There is just the looking of how pointless it is to all plans. This is not a message of hopelessness. The ego doesn't understand it as giving up, not passivity or fatalism. It's getting up. When you get up from a nightmare that was very real, you don't say, how do I fix the nightmare? Or what should I have done differently when the monster was chasing me? You just get up and you look that the monster was chasing you, and the running and the fear were all a part of the same dream. The whole thing was a projection of you. You look, the game, and something truly amazing happens. When you really look, the game, you can play it. Before, the game played you. You were a victim of the game. You were a slave to the rules. You were desperately trying to win a game that was made to be impossible to win. But when you see the person you should be, like a ghost, as a social construct, as a joke, you are free. You are free to play the game on purpose. You keep going. You play your role as a father, mother, engineer, artist, or whatever you are. You pay your taxes. You stand in line at the store. You have things you like, but you are onto it. You are having fun at being you. You are the one wearing the mask of your personality, but you don't mix it up anymore. For your face, there is a playfulness a lightness that comes into it. You see the person you should be come to your door. He says, you need to get more done today. He scolds, you should feel bad about that. You should be better than you are. And you can now smile. You can bow down to this ghost and say, oh, you again. What an amazing performance. What a great bluff. Come in and have some tea. You know, the feeling of inadequacy is not your fault. It is the friction. It is the feeling of the isolated self trying to swim against the flow of the whole universe. It is the sound of one hand trying to clap. So, of course, it feels not enough. You, as an idea, are trying to control this whole, smart, spontaneous, and completely overwhelming flow of real life, and the cosmos just smiles at the seriousness of your try. Real goodness is not the forced effort of the ego trying to be good. That is just pride. Real virtue is not self-conscious. It is the natural flowing of a person who is in agreement with how things are. It is wu wei, the not doing anything, that is not doing nothing, but it is doing without making them. It is water moving, which naturally looks for the lowest spot, which naturally helps and cleans. It doesn't give it a shot to be good for the plants. It just is. And in being, it is okay. The person you should be is sharp. He is hard. He is hard. He is anxious because he is resisting what is. The real you, the whole you, the organism is sticky. It is soft. It's moving. It is alive because it gives to what is. And in yielding, it wins all of it. Well, allow the ghost, be the spirit. Please let the person you should be your, that's funny, old, related, who whines about everything. You, hey, listen, but you don't believe him. Let the inadequacy be the signal that you are having the dream of being a me. Feel it. Don't give in. Don't try to make it right. Just look what it is. It is the tunes of being a person. And you don't fix music. You pay attention to it. You dance to it. There is no you. Who should be? There is only this. This, take a breath. This sound in the room. This moment. This big, smart, and completely fun mystery. That is doing you, just like the sea is doing the wave, and you are it.